Well, ladies and gentlemen, how we all doing today? Are we doing good? Good. Um, Today's video we will be. Oh God, hold on a second. Oh, there we go. It's just like I didn't have it pulled up. You kidding me? All right. Well, today in this video, sorry for that. Today we're ranking and reviewing Connor is Super Goofy's album Life After Graduation. This is a album that Connor has recommended me to take a listen because we didn't do a live stream, but Soap was doing the live stream, and he joined his live stream and we talked about stuff and he said to me I should review his Life After Graduation album, and I was like, okay, sure, I'm gonna do that. So the next day, which is today, we're recording the Life After Graduation review by Senpal. So, I also want to also too. This is not just only Connor is Super Goofy's album, but it's a collaboration album featuring Nervynx's. Nervynx's is another guy that too also joins the Soap Records channel, and he got introduced because Connor put him onto Soap's streams and stuff. So he sometimes tends to go on his streams, and yeah, we talk a lot. I mean, sometimes like we will talk a little bit. I know he's another person. Nervynx's is another person that does reactions to as well, and he also does music, but he doesn't do it that much, unfortunately. And he's a really close friend, according to Connor. That's what I've heard from him. But anyways, this is basically all. I mean, all the songs that were like ranking, blah blah blah. And so I've already reviewed this in my head, and I also want to note before this video starts is that you check out Connorissupergoofy and Nervynx's. They're both amazing people, and also too as well. I got this all written on my phone, so that way I can give out my thoughts a lot quicker. Because sometimes I'm like, you know, I can't remember because Connor has so many songs. He doesn't really think it matters on how many he drops. Like he has so many songs compared to me. He doesn't care if it sounds bad or not, and that's good about Connor. You know, Connor is an influence to me. Honestly, it's like between me and Connor, I feel like the meaning behind me and Connor as being friends and all. He's a guy full of meaning, and he's such an amazing guy, and he's like the only meaningful person to like talk to, like out of my friendships and stuff, and like he's like the most standout friend ever, I will say, that has ever been online with me, and he's been critiquing, he's been caring. He always has. But anyways, I'm talking the same blah blah blah. Let's start the whole reviewing and ranking. So, S tier is basically uh like the best track. I'd say is my favorite, I will say. And D is one I don't find. I'll change it right now. Uh, D is not find interesting. So, or no, I don't know. I'll just say D is not really, let's say, my type of beat I like, but I don't know. I just say it's not really like my fan of, I suppose. So that's what I would say, D. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. All right. First off, we are starting off with the song That's Me featuring Nervynx. Now, what I said, and I have it all written out. So this is what I wrote on my notes thing. I said I think I like the way how the intro started with the production, and I heard Skrillex on the lyrics on Connor's part. The lyrics were talking about his lunchroom problem again, sort of like with his interview that I mean, me and Soap did. He was talking about it. Um, that will give you a sense. And which Connor, honestly, like when I was like listening to the song, I'm like wondering if they really, really are traumatized, and they are. It seems like they're really traumatized about like the problems and stuff. And yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I am traumatized. Absolutely, a relatable thing, I will say. And then going back a little bit with what I wrote, I heard Skrillex, and now Skrillex, you seem like a person that likes to listen to Skrillex, and I'm not gonna lie, I like Skrillex. I like some of his beats that he makes, um, especially the EDM. Yeah, I like it. I like Justin Bieber's Skrillex song. Uh, Where Are You Now? Or Where Are You? That's another good that's like a great song, I'd say, out of Skrillex. I did take a listen to um only like one of his albums, like Skrillex You Are Not Andy Warhol or something. I think that's like the last time I like clicked onto his page. But anyway, sorry, I'm getting off track a little bit. Um I I can tell you kind of the majority of like the time, like he gets really angry with a little bit with the lunchroom thing, and that's okay. You know, lunchroom for me, honestly, I thought when I every time I go to the lunchroom, it's always so crowded, and I do have a lot of moments there. I could tell you one of them. Um, when I was with the group that I used to been, we were sitting at this table and all of a sudden somebody like throws like a grape type of tomato at us, and I'm like, who threw that at us? And then we got another one that was coming at us, and we looked to see who it was, and it was like some other table that was like behind us, I suppose. And so we had to come up like a plan, and we were throwing food at the other table, so it's like a food fight type of thing. So it was so funny. Yeah, but we didn't get in no trouble. That's the thing. We didn't get no trouble at all for it. We did chuck some food at him. Yeah, I will say it was funny. Um, Now I don't have really anything to say for Nervynx's on this. That's what it says on my phone for that song. But all I can say is that Connor's lyrics were like, you know, talking about lunchroom and having problems and stuff, and it was really annoying. But I think it's some like the song. I think is like something that how he would react to it, and that's why he has the song name "That's Me." So, um, I, if I have to rank "That's Me" featuring Nervynx, um, I think it's a B. I will say, I think it's a B. Um, that's all I have to say for That's Me featuring Nervynx. Now the next one, Call That Cap featuring Nervynx. Um, yes, I've gotta say that is like a cool track I've listened to. I have listened to this track before, and I just didn't listen to it while listening to the full album, but I have came across the song, and I commented on Connor. So this is what I wrote on. I've listened to um, the Call That Cap featuring Nervynx. I've listened to this track before, and I loved it, and gave Connor 8 out of 10, like I said. on this one because I love the production and the way it starts with the synth and then into a drum. You know, the synth it just sounds so good. I will say, I it just like the way he's producing this just takes me back to like garage band, like making beats, trying to make beats. And I remember the sounds of like that they had sampled and they put it onto the app, and I would use them quite a bit. Not only just garage band, but I use BandLab to make songs too as well. I've I gotta say it does give me takes me back a little bit. So um I don't have anything for Nervynx's, it looks like, not for that song. But I do have Nervynx's in the future songs that I will talk a little bit with about. And yeah. Now to rank Call That Cap featuring Nervynx's, I think I would rank it B/C just because. Or no, I gave it an 8 out of 10. So I mean, that's a huge reason. 8 out of 10. So 8, 9, 10. I mean, that's 10, 10. That is 9 out of 10. That is 8 out of 10. That's 7 out of 10. And then this is 6 out of 10. There we go. That's a fair way to say it. For Call That Cat Bot featuring Nervynx's. Oh wait, no, there's more. There's more. About Call That Cat. Oh my goodness, I can't believe um I have more. I can't believe when I just scrolled it down there. I said this also seems like it takes place in the lunchroom, like I said, and then I was like wondering if someone tried to diss them or not. And did somebody? I'm gonna ask you this, Connor. If you ever take a look at I mean, me reviewing this, was somebody that made a song? Did they make a song about you and they dissed you, or was it like a uh something that was like a in real life type of thing? I mean, obviously it is, but if it was just a real life thing and it doesn't have a song, I mean, it doesn't have to be a real life thing. I mean, it is obviously a real life thing. Sorry, I'm not trying to confuse you, but I was just like wondering if this was like a diss towards something. I'm not sure, but that's I said. But overall, it's an 8/10 great track. I will say that's a great track, so it's fair to rank it B. That's all I have to say for Call That Cat featuring Nervynx's. I don't have anything to Nervynx's, but still, no. Okay, the next one, Leather Throne featuring Nervynx's. Uh, for this, I said I didn't think I liked this track, but although all I can say is that ref, is the reference on it. I kind of like, I mean, I kind of like know a little bit. Like for instance, Spamton, he's a big soap viewer and he joins his stream, which I join. Yes. I don't think I have anything to say about the production. Um, I only like when I was listening to the Leather Thrones, I was like paying attention to like the lyrics. I started to like pay attention to the lyrics for Leather Throne, and I did come across where Connor says Spamton, and yeah, he's another viewer as well. Um, obviously, because I said it, and yeah, he doesn't really join in on that, but boy, does he like to cuss up a storm. Wow. I mean, I don't know. But I mean, obviously, I do know he cusses up a lot of stuff. We don't really talk that much. I mean, me and Spamton, we don't really talk that much. Um, I've like talked a little bit with him once before. Like, I think the last time, if I have to take a guess, the last time I've talked with Spamton was like probably January of this year, maybe. It's like a long time ago, I know. I could be wrong. It might not be January. Maybe it might have been June. But all I could say, it's been like a long time since I seen him join thing. But Soap says to me that he still hops in once in a while, which I see that being the case. Now back to Leatherthorn. I don't know. Now to rank this, I think I will put Leatherthorn C tier. I will say, uh, I probably the real reason why I didn't like the Leatherthorn was because the beat or the production of it wasn't really so good, and so that's why I will say it's a C for me. I will say, um, for the album. So that's the song Leatherthorn featuring Nervynx's. Um, yeah. The next one is Rumble is Fumble featuring Nervynx's. Um, so I wrote Connor talks in this song about Rumble, a game made. I mean, not game made, but game mode from Rocket League. And honestly, this song is not for me. I just don't like the production of it, but I can say Nervynx's on it sounded really good. There we go, Nervynx's on there with me saying it. Uh, Nervynx's on it sounded really good. When I got to the end of the verse, somewhat felt like a cool loop. Not saying Nervynx's did a bad job, like you know how I thought his whole entire verse was bad. That's not so. I just liked how when he ended his verse, that loop type of thing, it just somewhat gave me a vibe. I don't know. It sounded really amazing when he finished it a little bit. And then I said not I mean Nervynx didn't do bad, but I like how it went into Connor's verse for the transition. So yeah, that's why I sort of like that transition a little bit when Nervynx got done with his verse on there. I don't know. I don't know. Like all I can say for this song, "Rumble is Fumble" featuring Nervynx, I can like say just Nervynx's loop was really cool. Like when he got done with his verse and it echoed into your transition. Um, and then yeah, I said the song is not for me. So if I have to give Rumble is Fumble a ranking, I'd probably say it'd be C tier, C/D tier. I will say for that one. It's just not my favorite. I will say though for like Rocket League and stuff, I played Rocket League, and yes, I played Rumble before, and I thought it was fun and funny playing it. But unfortunately, I don't play Roblox. It gets really boring in my eyes, and so it really affects me deeply, and so I get bored of it. So I just um, stop playing the game. And so it's like an easier way to say, "Oh dang, I'm bored already." Um, but yeah, um, this song not really for me. Um, I do have a memory though. I will share for Rocket League. I have like when I got the game Rocket League, I remembered taking the Rocket League game with me to my grandma's house and I'd play it on my grandma's TV. Like a TV that is so old that it's not even out on like display. It's like a random old TV. I'd play Rocket League when we spent the night at my grandma's house. We didn't really because when that house is there, the most of the time no one even lived in it. But then my mom I mean, we stopped there once a month or so. We stayed the night when I was young. Oh, it was such a vibe, I will say. Yeah, definitely. Um, but yeah, that's all I can say for Rumble's Fumble featuring Nervynx. The next one is Those Days Are Gone featuring Nervynx. I said, what I wrote down was is that I think this song was standing out with the lyrics. And Nervynx starts his verse on how he misses the times with his best friend, and now he's like unfazed not have fun with them anymore. And then there's like a funny lyric that he talks about. He shoves like a rocket down in the toilet. I was like, that's a funny. That was like so funny. You actually threw like a rocket in the toilet, your brother's rocket in a toilet. What made you have that thought? what made you what made you do that? That's like the most random, funny, weird crap I've ever heard him say he did or something. But wow, that's funny. And then I said, and then there's like a cool lyric where he gets chucked across the table like a hockey puck, which was a great bar in my eyes, I will say. Um, yeah, like these people are creating stories that affected them, and it's just so inspiring. I'm thinking after when I drop my next album, I already have the name already done, but I think I will release the album in 2026. I just have to find the right beats and finish the songs on some of them. But I think after when I get done with the album, I think I will make like some album. Um, I'll make like a future album next to it. Like I think 2020 end of 2026, I can see myself probably making another album and drop. Maybe that might potentially be the case for the future of my after the album I'm gonna drop. Maybe I'll drop two albums next year. Maybe we'll see. But I'm thinking about doing like an album of where we're all hanging out and we're doing stuff. Like I'll make like a song of me being online and we'll talk about the moments and stuff. And yeah, it's just cool. Like cool stories. I mean, do it for the meaning, right? But anyways, and I said so I think they were traumatized and they had like the memories that they reflected and they made this song. So yeah, this is basically a song that I think they made a lot of memories, and I think they miss him. Like, I mean, they reflect a lot with it. That I will say about those days are gone. Um, yeah, I didn't focus really too much about the production of the the song "Those Days Are Gone" featuring Nervynx's. I just only paid attention to the lyrics for that song. And yeah, it had some weird, funny lines, I guess I'd say, on that song off of this album. So now for me ranking Those Days Are Gone featuring Nervynx's, I think I would say Those Days Are Gone featuring Nervynx's would be at A tier, I will say. Just because it's funny and it's random on some stuff. But it's funny, but it's kind of sad for like when Nervynx like talks on there like he misses his best friends, and that's okay. It's relatable, and I could talk about it after the song because there's another song about like missing friends and stuff. But yeah, I think that's all I can say about Nervynx. I don't think I have anything to say about Connor on this song. Yeah, that's all I can say. I thought it was funny, so I ranked that A tier. Anyways, moving on. The next one is called Hooligans, featuring Skittles and Nervynx. What I wrote down was got to say this is one of my favorite tracks off the album, which I totally agree. It gives me vibes of like 2024 school year, even though I graduated in 2022, and even though I didn't experience that, the protection is good. I mean, not wait, what? I said protection? No way. I wrote on there the production, but it's spelled as protection. That's stupid. All right. The production is good, I would say. It's really catchy. Skittles' verse was hard, and it's funny how the samples on there is funny and reasonable with the lyrics. And when it gets to Connor's verse, it's even way good because he says like ego size of a house, ego size of a house. I love that. I love how he crescendoed all the way up to volume high, and that was cool. I like that flow of it. I'd say Skittles is like my favorite. I mean, not Skittles. Um, the Hooligans track is a hard track out of your album. I will say. I think Hooligans is like one of the favorite ones. Like, yeah, I would say it's pretty good. And then I didn't finish what I was saying, but and yeah, I was saying I love how the way that it crescendos into with the flow, and then for Nervynx's, it gets into Nervynx's, which he sounded good. I like the lyrics with he did a good job with some rhymes. I will say and say my this is my favorite track, and yep, I totally agree. I think Hooligans is another outstanding uh track. I will say I think it was awesome. I think this is like my favorite track, one of my favorite tracks off of the album. Um, Now to rank this, um, Hooligans featuring Skittles and Nervynx's, I will say it is definitely an S tier. I think it's hard. I would say it's pretty hard. I will say with that one. So it's fair enough. I will say. So yeah. Um, the next one is Lives to Live featuring Nervynx's. What the heck? Oh, hold on. I have to fix what I said. There was like so many errors with like me trying to say this stuff. Sorry. Sorry guys. This is delaying the time. Okay. Anyways, yeah. The Lives to Live featuring Nervynx's. The way I said the way Nervynx started off with the verse when he said "vivid picture," and that was like an outstanding part of like the intro. I will say it was really amazing. Like when the song was playing, the production, it was very like it was like like if you touch something, it was so real. Like let's just put it that way. It was like a really hearing touch in my ears. And then when he said it, it's like a vivid picture. I'm gonna give you a vivid picture. That's what he says. And it literally just hit my head. It just literally hit my head, and that was like a really good thing that Nervynx did for the way he had this song. Yeah, I think it was good. But and then anyways, um, I also said that then the production part gives me sort of like 1990 Power Ranger vibes and like Mario Kart type of vibes. I think it's like the synth or I don't know what's the sound that you were using, but it was like a background sharp sound but dark like deeply sort of if that kind of makes any sense. Yeah, it just takes me back to like Mario Kart slash like the Mario Kart Wii slash Power Rangers, like the 1990, like the whole renaissance of it. I think I'd say it really hits it there. Just like takes me back to that thing. I would say. Um, Anyways, the next thing I said about it was that Connor did a good job with the rhymes. I think that the tone could have been more energetic. I will say for that song. Like your verse, Connors. It could have been more energetic. But I can say this is my favorite track also off the album. Um, you heard it right. I think if I have to rank basically the Lives to Live featuring Nervynx's, I will give that one an S tier. I like how he just literally just like Nervynx was like describing how it should start off, and it was really good. But even though Connor's part, it just needed to be a little bit more energetic. But I will say the way how it just hit me with Nervynx, like I've never had like a song hit me in a way, and it just felt like a moment sort of with that song. So that's why I'm like ranking it S tier. But um, anyways, yeah, that's what For Lives to Live featuring Nervynx's. Now the next one, All Shaken Up. Um, so All Shaken Up featuring Nervynx. I said I didn't like the way how the intro started, but then when it starts to picking up the beat, it starts to sound great. But I can say it's not really my favorite track, and I got really nothing to say about it. That's all I can say, I guess, too. Because the only thing I will say is I just didn't like the guitar of it though. That's all I can say. No hate, no disrespect towards you, Connor. I just was like didn't think it really sounded that amusing, and it just made me feel like it got to the boredom point of it, I will say. But anyways, I will obviously put it. I think I will say it's a D tier. Your first ever D tier, I will say, of a song. I will say, just not really interested in that song. I will say, with All Shaken Up featuring Nervynx. Like even Nervynx too was kind of. I mean, I'm not. Don't take this part of the video as me saying you all suck at this. You're not. You just have different viewpoints of it, which I understand. But um, this is just only my opinion, and this is how I feel about the thing. That's all I can say about Shaken Up. It's just that you both didn't sound really amusing to me when you did All Shaken Up. That's all I can say. Now, the next one is Can't Close My Eyes featuring Nervynx. What I wrote down, or I texted it out under the notes app, I said, I think this track, Connor's emotion, was expressed surprisingly good. And yep, I agree, because Connor, when he was like starting off the track and stuff, he was just a normal trying to rap the thing, and then he goes and puts on the auto tune because it switches into him doing auto tune, and when he's doing it, it's really expressed, and that's why I'd say, because I think this song, what Connor and Nervynx were doing, I think this was like a sad song that they did. I believe it is, because when we get to the end of the part of when I'm done talking about this topic about Connor's emotion about the auto tune and stuff, I will say that I could say it is sad. I mean, obviously, and I think it was okay when it was like that, and the way expressing it on "Can't Close My Eyes," I kind of agree. Um, I will say. Um, but anyways, the next one is, I mean, not next one, excuse me. Um, um, I, I mean, and then I said, and the production is catchy. He talks about sort of with the fact that his friend is going somewhere and he didn't want him to go because he left him in the dark. Yeah, I get you. Hey, I mean, you take a look at my Overlooked album, and it is very dark and deep. You were right about that. I keep telling you, you were right about what you just realized because it's overlooked. And overlooked is like people not seeing what's going on and they're just too busy focusing on like how it sounds. No, the lyrics are very deep. It's very dark. That's what I'm doing with every song because it gives you a vibe of it. Um, yeah, I totally get it. Like I had friends before and they left me in the dark and they left me in the dust. I totally see that. And it's like mine too. And then he still can't stop thinking about it. Me too. Hey, me too, Connor. I can't stop thinking about it either. I don't even know what I want to do like with doing that. All I can say is that I'm making a lot of new great friends, better than those people. I made a lot of new friends. Way my even group is way bigger, and that's you guys. Like you guys are really helping. I'm not gonna lie, you guys are really amazing. But and then I said he just also wishes that he can find a friend, and Nervynx's relates to that too as well when he's singing the song as well. And like I said, I too can agree. I too agree. Don't we all want a friend? Here's the thing. When you make friends and stuff, you have to start caring. And that's the strong part about friendships. You have to care. My last one did not care. He chose to ignore what I said, and still he thinks he's worshiping himself. He doesn't worship Jesus. He worships him only himself. He's too all about himself. No. If you want friends, show respect and start caring. I will say that. That's how you make friends. Now, if you want friends, you have to communicate really great with them. You don't just ignore them, you have to talk. That's what I noticed about with a whole bunch of stupid people. That's what I will say. They're all about themselves. They don't take time to value a person. That's not a friend. Nope. Uh-uh. A friend is somebody that values and is caring for each and one of you. Me and Connor, we have a great friendship. We're having a really great friendship because we're communicating greatly. Sometimes he won't talk, but I really appreciate he's showing his time as him caring on my stuff, and that's what I love to see with Connor. I will say. Um, but anyways, yes. Now to really rank this song, "Can't Close My Eyes." Um, I think I will rank this also a I mean uh I'll rank it S tier because it's relatable. I mean it's so relatable, I will say, with that song off of his album. The next one is Feel Power featuring Nervynx's. Okay, this song, and what I said about it was the song obviously does have power. It's way too much auto tune, and I can see that Connor kind of went like a little too heavy with it and with like the sound. Um, but if you are doing it for meaning, which is understandable, I mean, that's obviously why you have the song called Feel Power, and you were really expressing it with your energy on that track, I will say. Nervynx did a good. Nervynx did an amazing job with the rhymes with the song. Then the production starts to switch into like a piano, which was okay. Yeah, I did hear a little bit, and then after when the piano gets done, he Connor finishes the song off, and then he ends it. Um, I think it was an overall good song. I think. I mean, the energy I will say about to Connor, it was way too much. So yes, I felt the power for that song when I was like listening to it. I felt the power of how you were expressing it. Um, yes. Now to rank feel power, I think I think it's B/A tier. I think I will say. And that's just me being trying to be honest with you. Um, yeah, there you go, guys. This is Life After Graduation, featuring Connor is Super Goofy and Nervynx's. Um, I think if I have to rank the album out of 10, I think I would give this album like a. Um, I think it's like a 7 to a strong 8, I will say, for the Life After Graduation, I will say. Um, that's all I have to say about the album. I think you guys did an amazing job, I think. It's just only like one song I say, not really my favorite, but um, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did, drop a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.